Welcome viewers, it's the Velvet Wave Shinobi, here to bring you the first video of my Minecraft series, where we're going to revisit as well as redesign a few builds in my current Minecraft world. Once we're done, we're going to begin a fresh canvas in a new Minecraft world post 1.20. And to kick it all off, we have my end portal, which is decorated like an amethyst geode. I then connected it to this hill, which is located just a few hundred blocks away from spawn, and terraformed a nice waterfall in the side of it. Once I was done with that, I built my starter home. Now before we head into my starter home, you'll notice this cobblestone rock formation, and it holds my buddy Frankie. Now he's going to help us update a build in the future, but for now we'll leave him here. And these are some of the rare banners that I've collected in this world. Now another future project is definitely going to be a storage system. I've yet to build one in this world, and over here is my first enchantment setup. Now these shulker boxes just hold some leftover books that I've collected, and then here are my rare music discs. And let's just say I'm glad I had some Totals of Undying, because a few of these were hard to get. And this chest is where I would keep some extra ores when I needed some levels during enchanting. Moving along, if we head out this open door on my balcony, you'll see a few other builds in the distance that I've been working on. Now making sure that we close this door instead of leaving it open again, we'll head upstairs to my modest sleeping arrangement. Now there isn't much up here but a bed, an ender chest, and some space, but hey, it's a starter home. Now if we head down here in the ladder, we'll actually be behind the waterfall that I showed you guys earlier. Now I definitely plan on taking you guys to the end and show you some interesting things there, but for now, here's my super smelter, which also leads to the back of my nether portal. If we take a quick fly around the back, you'll notice that there's a second terraformed waterfall which fits right under my starter home. Now ignoring the bad landing right there, that's my starter base. Now I was inspired to do this build from a combination of Legends of the Hidden Temple as well as Clash of Clans when they came out with the Jungle King. Now, this was also before they lowered the world, so you'll notice in a few minutes that the whole bottom is covered in deep slate. Did you know that amethyst geodes have a 95% chance to generate crack? What that means is that there's a 95% chance that if you find a geode, there's a hole already on the side of it. Most of the time I see Minecrafters digging straight into it when they find it, and unless you're collecting the block specifically, you risk breaking one of the amethyst buds. So next time, just dig around your geode. 9 times out of 10, it's already open. But if I'm completely honest, I typically don't remove any blocks from any structure in Minecraft. I always try to find a way to preserve it depending on what it is, so I can go back and look at it later. Next up, we have an important farm in any great Minecrafter's arsenal, and that's my cow farm. Now this was my first build trying concrete, so I really tried to experiment with the block palette and go out of my comfort zone. It also provided me with tons of steak and leather. Now steak is one of the best early game foods, and leather is great for books, which are very important when it comes to making an enchantment setup. Now staying on the theme of food, we have my chicken farm, or my chicken coop, so to speak. Now this is my second build using concrete, and actually this build has become more important because now that the new Tails and Trails update has come out, we can use these feathers to make brushes. Now this chicken farm also provides another great early game food in the chicken, and all of these eggs are great for when you need wither roses. Now next to the chicken coop is my pig pen. They too provide a great early game food, but honestly, I just have them here for the aesthetic. I've never actually harvested any of these guys for their food. And next to that is my barn, which was, I believe, my third build using concrete. Now this barn is only for my rideable mounts that I found in the early game. In these barrels, you'll see that there are some saddles and some horse armor. Over here we have my buddy Knight Rider, hop along with the butter armor, and my other skeleton horse Boney. Over here is another barrel, more horse armor and saddles. And then going through this fence gate and taking a brief step upstairs is my loft. This side overlooks the pig pen. As we head outside, we head to my memorial to pay respects to my first skeleton horse that I lost along the way, Hell Stallion. Before I had elytra, this guy was my main way of getting around. Now on a more positive note, we have my last build that I used concrete on. I actually need to revisit using concrete on some more builds. Once we step inside, you'll realize that I have another project that future me needs to work on, and that's finding adequate storage for all this wool that I have overflowing in all these chests. Right outside the wool farm and between the barn, we have my silo, which hides my beacon. I plan on adding another silo somewhere around so that way I can get more of the beacon effect on my base. And last but not least, we have a very personal and important build to me, which is my cactus farm. As you can see, the aesthetic on the outside is a pot with a desert cactus and a flower upon it. I did this to commemorate my grandmother, who lost her battle to breast cancer. She was born and raised in Phoenix, and she had a great love for plants. So I spent a lot of time making sure I detailed this thing out with some granite, sandstone, and some other little details here and there. I spent a lot of time making sure this thing was perfect because I really wanted it to represent my grandmother well and be an overall nice build no matter what angle you looked at it from. And with that, those are some of the builds in my current Minecraft world. Stick around as we revisit and redesign some more, and thanks for watching. And remember, love, peace, and wave grease.